Okay, good evening everyone. Today I'm going to discuss some very important question from biomolecules from the class 11 and it is useful for NEET CBSE board class 11s. So let's begin with the first question from first question here, question number 1. The aromatic amino acid is, here 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer from these questions. So option A tyrosine, option B phenylalanine, option C tryptophan, and option D all of the above. So the correct answer will be all of the above. Phenylalanine, tryptophan and tyrosines all are aromatic amino acids. So the correct answer is option D. Next question, arachidonic acid has how many carbons atoms? So 4 options are given. You have to choose the correct answer. So arachidonic acids have 20 carbon. So next questions, lecithin is constituent of nuclear membrane, cell wall, nucleus. So the correct answer is option B, cell membrane will be the correct answer for this question. Next question, let's go to the next question. Water soluble pigment is xanthophyll, carotene, chlorophyll, anthocyanin. So the correct answer is option D, anthocyanin, and it is found inside the vacuoles of plant cells. So if as we know that vacuoles is filled with water and anthocyanin is water soluble, that's why it's found in the vacuole of plant cell. So next question, toxins are curcumin, ricin and abrin and all of these. So the correct answer is option D, all of these are all toxin. So next question, let's move to the next question. Acetic acid transform into fatty acid, cholesterol, glycerol, all of these. So the correct answer is option C, cholesterol. Next question, examples of prosthetic group is niacin, carboxypeptidase, NAD and catalase. So the correct answer will be option B. Next question, the most abundant mineral of animal body is, so most abundant is calcium. Calcium is the most abundant mineral inside our body. So essential fatty acid. Next question, essential fatty acids are saturated, unsaturated, cyclic and both A and B. So the correct answer is unsaturated will be the correct answer. Wax present in human blood is myrcene, palmitate, cetyl palmitate, cholesterol palmitate and seryl palmitate. So for this question the correct answer is option C. Next question, cholesterol palmitate is present in the human blood. So human blood, it is found in human blood. Next question, lanolin or wool fat is A, option A hard fat, oil, wax and sterol. So the correct answer is option C, it's a wax. Next question, lycopene, the coloring agent of tomato is A, sterol, sphingolipids, terpenoids and phospholipid. So the correct answer for this question is option B, terpenoid is the correct answer. Next question, triglyceride consists of 3 fatty acid, 2 glycerol, option 1 fatty acid, option B, 1 fatty acid plus 3 glycerol, 1 fatty acid plus 1 glycerol, 3 fatty acid, 1 glycerol will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. The nickel. Nickel is component of nitrate reductase, urease, rubisco, and phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. So the correct answer will be the option B, will be the urea. Nickel is the component of urea. Next question. Peptide bond. Next question. Peptide bond is formed between NH2 and carboxylic group of adjacent amino acid with the formation of A. You have to find out the A bond and B release of a water. So here 4 options are given and you have to choose the correct answer for the question. So C will be the correct amide bond, option amide bond, and with here the with will be released with the release of a water. Next question. Let's move to the next. Valine. Valine is a amino acid. Valine is a amino acid, but you have to find out the which type of amino acid. It is a acidic, neutral, basic, or simple fatty acid. So first option is discarded due to it is not a fatty acid. Complex fatty acid, this also discarded because of it's not a fatty acids. So acetic acid or neutral. Here 2 options, you have to find the correct options. So it is not a acetic acid, acidic amino acid. That's why it's also not the correct answer for this question. Valine is a neutral amino acid. So, and other example of neutral amino acid, glycine. So next question. Which of the following is an essential amino acid? So leucine, aspartic acid, glycine, alanine. So glycine is not an essential amino acid. Alanine also not. So aspartic. So leucine is the correct answer for this question. So leucine is the correct answer. Next question. Incorrect about lysine amino acid is. So about the lysine amino acid, it is essential in the diet. It is basic amino acid. It is not synthesized by our body. It forms glycosidic bond with other amino acids. So the correct answer for this option is option D, will be the correct answer. So it forms a glycosidic bond with other amino acid. So next question. Percentage weight of few elements in human body are given. Identify the incorrect information. Hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, and sulfur. So here the incorrect option will be option A. So option will be A. So next question. Let's move the incorrect. Identify the incorrect statement. So 4 of statements are given. So you have to find out the incorrect. So incorrect statement. All the carbon compounds obtained from a living tissue are termed as biomolecules. In human bodies, sulfur is less abundant than calcium. In cell, carbohydrates are most abundant than proteins, and D, lipids are found in acids insoluble fraction. So you have to choose the correct answer, the incorrect statement. So the incorrect statement is option C. C will be the correct answer. Next, let's move to the next question. Okay, read the question number 8 to 41. Read the following statement. Lecithin is found in cell wall. So collagen is most abundant protein on earth. Chitin is found in cell wall of fungi. Fats have higher melting point than oils. And Zwitter ionic form can be observed in amino acids. Protein is homopolymer. So how many of the above statements are true? So here the correct answer will be here option C. The three statements are correct. So it is correct. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the earth. Chitin is found in the cell wall of fungi, and fats have higher molecular weight than oil. So and deuterium, it is the correct answer. So these are the three options which are correct. Next question. Question number 40. Which of the following polysaccharides is wrongly matched with its monomer? Starch, glucose, chitin, N-acetyl glucosamine, inulin, mannose, mucopolysaccharide, amino sugar and other chemically modified sugar. So here incorrectly matched with its monomer will be option C. This is not the correct match. So these are all correctly matched. So next question, let's move to the next question. I will in another video I will explain about the answer of this question. So in this question, just it is a marathon type of question and answering session, so don't worry, I'll discuss it in another question. The failing test is not positive in case of glucose, lactose, fructose and sucrose. So the question number 30 for this answer, sucrose will be the correct answer for this question. Plant cell wall are made up of cellulose, starch, inulin, glycogen. So the correct answer will be option A, cellulose. Cellulose, the plant cell wall is made up of cellulose. So here cellulose is made up of branch chain of glucose molecule with alpha 1,6 glycosidic bonds in straight chain and beta 1,4 linked bond at the site of branching. Option B, unbranched chain of glucose molecule linked by beta 1,4 glycosidic bonds. Option C, branched chain of glucose molecule having one alpha 1,6 glycosidic bonds at the site of branching. Unbranched chain of glucose molecules linked by alpha 1,6 glycosidic bonds. So you have to choose the correct statement from this four option. So the correct answer is option B. So it is unbranched chain of glucose molecule linked by beta glycosidic bond. So next question, carbohydrate used in translocation in angiosperm is sucrose, ribose, glucose, fructose. So the correct answer is option A. Sucrose will be the correct answer for this question. Glucose. Next question, glycogen is related to glucose, starch, ribose, sugar and lactose. So the correct answer will be option C, ribose. Oh, sorry, starch here. Glycogen is related to, glycogen is found in animal, and this is similar type of carbohydrate which is found in plant. That's why it is related, but it is glycogen is related not because with glucose, because glycogen is a polysaccharides and glucose is a monosaccharide. Ribose sugar is also a monosaccharide and lactose is a disaccharide. That's why glycogen is not related uh, to glucose, ribose sugar and lactose, but it's related with the starch. It is a polysaccharide and it is found in plant, but glycogen is found in the animal. That's why this is the C, option C is the correct answer for this question. Cellulose. Next question. Cellulose does not contain complex helix because it is a complex polysaccharide. It is a branched structure. It can hold starch. Iodine complex. It cannot hold iodine. So the correct answer for this question is D. So it cannot hold D. So next question. Let's move to the next question. Dahlia starch is used for study of the digestive enzymes, study of the kidney functions, preparation of the noodles, and manufacture of chocolate. So the correct answer for this question is option B, study of kidney function. Let's move to the next question. So inulin. So inulin, for this question, inulin is a polymer of. So option C will be the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Number of essential amino acids in humans are. So C, 8. 8 will be the correct answer. Number of amino acid present in protoplasm are. So the correct answer will be option A, 20. Which of the following is correct? First amino acid called N-terminal. First amino acid is called C-terminal. Can be either of the two or none of these. So the correct answer is option A. First amino acid called N-terminal. So next question. What is the constituent of natural silk? So phosphorus, potassium, nitrogen, magnesium. So here the correct answer is option B. So the natural silk is made up of mainly protein. So in the protein only you can find nitrogen, not other components like potassium, magnesium and phosphorus. So that's why it is the nitrogen will be the correct answer. The functional protein is enzyme, oxygen and collagen and vitamin. So functional protein is here will be the option enzyme. Enzyme is a active and protein which involved in different type of chemical reaction, which is a storage protein, keratin, hemoglobin, collagen and globulin or glutein. So here the correct answer for this question will be globulin or glutein. Next question. The most abundant protein in plants is found in chlorophyll, chloroplast, mitochondria, liver. So chlorophyll will be the most abundant protein in plant is found in. So chloroplast will be the correct answer, and most abundant protein which is chlorophyll. So let's move to the next question. The most abundant protein in animal world is. So it is a plant protein, rubisco, and glycogen, collagen is two animal protein. So the most abundant protein in the animal world is option B. Definitely collagen will be the correct answer for this question. So let's next question. Which of the following is polymeric compound? Lemongrass oil, rubber, cholesterol and concanavaline A. So 23 option B will be the correct answer. Next question. The role of secondary metabolites is useful to human welfare or role in normal physiological processes, ecologically important, both A and C. So the correct answer for this question is option D. Next question. Let's move to the next question. Again, the which of the following category of secondary metabolite is correctly matched with suitable examples? So alkaloids. So alkaloids correctly match. So correctly match is option A. So alkaloids are morphine or codeine are the correct answer will be option A. Pigments, it's not correctly match. It also not correctly match, and it also not a correctly match. So the correct answer is option A. Next question. Let's move to the next question. Okay, DNA lacks. Option A. Question number 56. DNA lacks following nucleotide: cytidyllic acid, adenylic acid, guanylin, uridylic acid. So the correct answer will be the uridylic acid will be the correct answer. Next question. Diameter of Z DNA is. So option D will be the correct answer. 8 angstrom. And next question. Nucleotide constituent nitrogen bases of RNA are. Nucleotide constituent nitrogen bases of RNA are. So the correct answer for this question will be option D. In DNA, A, T, G, C are the nitrogen base and A, G, C, uracil. So uracil is the AT in DNA, thymine is present, and in RNA, uracil is present. So this is the correct answer for this option. Next question. Ester linkage. Ester linkage occurs in nucleic acids, lipids, carbohydrates, and proteins. So the correct answer will be the lipid. Next question. Let's move to the next question. A unit composed of sugar and nitrogen base linked by glycosidic bonds. So nucleotide purine and nucleotide and glycoside. So a unit composed of sugar and nitrogen base linked by glycosidic bond is called nucleoside. So the correct answer is nucleoside. Next question. Smallest RNA. rRNA, rRNA, mRNA, tRNA. So I don't know. The option are same, but the correct answer for this question will be option D. tRNA at the smallest RNA. The next question. In vitro synthesis of DNA was carried out by Kornberg, Khorana, Watson-Crick, and Nirenberg. So the correct answer for this question is Arthur Kornberg. Next question. Most abundant RNA of the cell are rRNA, tRNA, threonine, and tRNA, mRNA. So the correct answer for this question will be option A, rRNA. Next question. Which is dinucleotide? So the correct answer will be option C. Next question. Let's move to the next. Which one is the hydrogen acceptor? So the hydrogen acceptor will be option D. Next question. variability found in DNA is due to sugar, phosphate, nitrogen base, and glycosidic bond. So the correct answer for this question will be option B, nitrogenous base. So riboside is base plus phosphate, ribose plus phosphate, ribose plus phosphate plus base, ribose plus base. So the D will be the correct answer for this question. The pitch of DNA strand at each step of ascent is. So the correct answer will be here option A, 34 angstrom. Next question. At each step of the ascent, the DNA strands turn. So the correct answer will be option P, 36 degree. 36 degree will be the correct answer for this question. The building block of DNA of nucleic acid is nucleotide, nucleoside, and all of the above. So the correct answer for this question is option A will be the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Which of the amino acids has hydroxyl in its R group? Purulin, arginine, alanine, and serine. So the correct answer for this question is option D. Serine will be the correct answer for this question. Next question. When more than one peptide chains are assembled together, then called tertiary, polysaccharide, quaternary, and secondary. So the correct answer for this question will be option C. Quaternary structure of protein will be the correct answer. Next question. Prostaglandins are amino acid, fatty acids, carbohydrate, and steroids. So the correct answer for this question is option C, fatty acid. Next question. In human, percent of body weight of carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins respectively is. So for this question, the correct answer is option C. Option C will be the correct answer. Next question. Adult human hemoglobin consists of 1 alpha. So for option was given, you have to choose the correct answer for this question. So option B will be the correct answer. 2 alpha and 2 beta, 2 alpha chain and 2 beta chain form hemoglobin molecules in human. So next question. Calmodulin is carotene binding protein, cadmium binding protein, calcium binding protein, chlorophyll binding protein. So the correct answer will be the calcium binding protein is called calmodulin. So next question. Single letter symbol F is used for amino acid phenylalanine, proline, and tryptophan and methionine. So single letter symbol F. So for this answer, correct answer will be phenylalanine. Next question. Number of amino acids present in human hormone adrenocorticotrophin. So number of amino acid present in hormone adrenocorticotrophin. So you have to choose here the correct answer. Option D, 39 amino acids are present in the hormone adrenocorticotrophin. So let's move to the next question. The base pair present in one turn of DNA, 10 will be the correct answer. Next question. Maximum number of RNA is found in nucleolus, chloroplast, ribosome, and cytoplasm. So For this question, option ribosome will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following are substituted purines? Adenine, guanine, thymine, adenine, cytosine, guanine, and uracil thymine. So the correct answer for this answer for option A will be the correct answer. Next question. Let's move to the next question. So you have to let's move to the next. Which macromolecule is correctly matched with B present in it to join the monomers? So here carbohydrate, B hydrogen, lipids, double triple bonds, and nucleotide phosphodiester bonds, and polypeptide glycosides bonds. So for this question, the correct answer will be C. Option C will be correctly matched, because this is not correctly matched, this is not correctly matched, this also not correctly matched, this is also not correctly matched. So the next question for this question, let's move to the next question. Okay, let's move to the next question. Question number 8. The effect of competitive inhibitor can be reversed by increasing the inhibitor concentration, decreasing the substrate concentration, increasing the substrate concentration, and effect is irreversible. So the correct answer for this question is option C. So when you reverse the competitive effect of competitive inhibitor, you have to increase the concentration of substrate. So the correct answer is here option C. Next question. Which enzyme is concerned with transfer of electrons? So desmolase, dehydrogenase, hydrolase, and transaminase. So here the correct answer is C. So dehydrogenase will be the answer. Next one. Chemical reaction requires energy for oxidation, activation, entropy, enthalpy. So the chemical reaction is required for option C. Activation will be the correct answer. The fastest enzyme urease, trypsin, carbonic anhydrase, pepsin. So the fastest enzyme is B. Option B will be the carbonic anhydrase. Next question. Nobel Prize for discovering enzyme was given to. So of Buckner was given a Nobel Prize for the discovery of the enzyme. An APO enzyme is a vitamin, carbohydrate, amino acid, protein. So the correct answer for this question is option D, protein. Next question. One gene, one enzyme relationship was given by Biddle and Tatum Liederberg. So the correct answer is Biddle and Tatum. So one enzyme, one gene, one enzyme. So next question. Enzymes generally function in narrow range of temperature, broad range of temperature, and pH. Broad range of temperature, narrow range of temperature, and pH. So here the correct answer will be option D, a narrow range of temperature and pH will be the correct answer for this question. So the enzyme has accelerated the reaction rate by about how many times? So the correct answer for this question is option A, 10 million times. It's increases the rate of reaction 10 millions. So let's move to the next question. The living state is an steady state to be able to perform work. So the correct answer for this question is option C, non-equilibrium will be the correct answer. Non-equilibrium equilibrium is steady state conditions. So next, the blood concentration of glucose in normal healthy individual is. So the correct answer for this question is option B, 45 to 50 millimeter. Next question, casein content in the milk is a, of course it is a protein. Casein is a milk protein. Next question, let's move to the maximum iron occurs in protein, bones, bone cell, WBC, RBC. So the correct answer for this question is option D, will be red blood cell. So next question, let's move to the next questions. Let's move to the next question. Above 40 degree centigrade, what will be the appropriate effect on enzymes and inorganic catalyst? You have to, so the enzymes, inorganic catalyst, degraded, work efficiently, degraded and work efficiently. So the above mainly enzymes works in between 37 degree centigrade, but when the temperature is above 40 degree centigrade, then the enzymes, so the enzyme will degraded, but inorganic catalyst work efficiently. So inorganic catalyst work efficiently above 40 degree centigrade temperature, but in above 40 degree centigrade the enzyme will degraded and lose its working conformation, or it become denature. So as protein, enzyme is a protein, so the correct answer will be option C. Next, let's move to the next question. Okay, anabolic pathway in metabolism are option A, and pathway and dash energy. So anabolic pathway mainly is a biosynthetic pathway. Anabolic pathway is a biosynthesis. So anabolic pathway is a biosynthesis pathway. So and it release energy, consume energy or release energy. So it is consume mainly, and it consume energy. So the correct answer for this question will be option B. It is a biosynthesis. So the anabolic pathway. So anabolic pathway is a biosynthesis pathway and it consume energy. So next question. Let's move to the next question. Mucin. So mucin present in saliva is a mucoprotein, mucopolysaccharide or derived protein and a small polysaccharide. So here the correct answer for this question is A, option B, mucopolysaccharide. Let's move to the next question. Storehouse of energy in animal tissue is adrenaline, glucose, liver and glycogen. So the correct answer for this question option will be the glycogen. So the storehouse of energy, the storehouse of energy in the animal tissue, mainly in liver and muscle, is glycogen. So when it's required or animal remain in starvation, then the glycogen will be break down and it's release glucose, and from glucose the energy will be released. So next question, for storehouse of energy in plant. So storehouse in plant tissue is definitely starch. Starch will be the next question. So next question, which of the structure is essential for biological activity of protein? Secondary, quaternary, tertiary, and all of these. So the correct answer is option C. Quaternary structure is required for a biological activity of protein. So next question, let's move to the next question. Match the level of organization in structure of protein with its feature, type of folding, and functional status. The primary linear sequence of amino acids functional. No, it's not functional. Structure, secondary structure, helix or plate form, functional. Tertiary structure, hollow and woolen ball, non-functional. Quaternary structure, two or more polypeptide chains, functional. So for this question, the correct answer will be the quaternary. The quaternary is made up of two or more polypeptide chains arranged, and it is when arranged, then it will be functional or biologically active molecule. So the correct answer for this question is option D. Next, let's move to the other question. Before that, I'm taking some break for this session. Okay, let's begin with another session. Question number 98. An organic substance bound to an enzyme and essential for its activity. So an organic substance bound to an enzyme and essential for its activity. So the correct answer for this question will be option C, coenzyme. So coenzyme will be the correct. Enzyme amylase belongs to hydrolase, transferase, oxidoreductase, and isomerase. So the correct answer for this question is option A. The enzyme amylase is a hydrolase. Next question. Vitamin B2. B2 is component of coenzyme. So the correct answer for this question is option A. Option A. Next question. Let's move to the next. An example of feedback inhibition is reaction between succinate dehydrogenase and succinic acid, cyanide action on cytochrome, sulfur drug on folic acid synthesis in bacteria, allosteric inhibition of hexokinase by glucose 6 phosphate. So the correct answer will be option D, allosteric enzymes of hexokinase, allosteric inhibition of the hexokinase by glucose 6 phosphate. Next question, let's move to the next question. The key and lock hypothesis of enzyme action was given by. So the correct answer is option Fisher. Fisher give the key and lock concept of enzyme action. The esterase belong to the category of hydrolase, transferase, ligases, and lyase. So the correct answer for this question is option A. It's also a hydrolase. Next question, lyase enzyme catalyzes transfer of the functional group, removal of the functional group, interconversion of the isomers, and addition of it. So the correct answer for this question is option B, removal of a functional group from a macro molecules or molecules. So next question for this, let's go to the next question. Induced fit theory of enzyme action was given by. So the correct answer for this question will be option D, Postland induced fit method. The most of the hydrolytic reaction are exothermic will be the correct answer, because when hydrolytic enzymes occur inside the cell, then energy is released. That's why the most of the hydrolytics. So most of the hydrolytics sometimes. So the correct answer will be option D, reversibles. Reversibles will be the correct answer. In Km, value is related to chromatography, ABO complex, ES complex, and morphometry. So the Km value is related to the ES complex. So let's move to the next. Question for. So identify the structural formula of given figure. So it is a uridine, because it is a nitrogen base uracil and plus the ribose sugar. So it is a uridine. So it is a so let's move to the next question. Here the graph is given. Select the correct statement. So from this graph, PQ and product. So okay, let's see. So you have to choose. So 4 options are given. It is a P, Q, and P product and S substrate. So P, and you have to identify P. So P is the activation energy with enzyme. P is activation of hollow enzymes. Q is activation energy with hollow enzyme, and Q is activation energy with apoenzyme. So the correct answer is Q is activation energy হবে, and activation energy, and Q is, and P is hollow enzyme. So hollow enzyme, because here the activation energy is required to activate to overcome the and let's move to the next question. I don't have time to explain its detail later. So identify the diagram of protein structure correctly. So A is a secondary, and B is tertiary. So the option C. So option D. So option not C, option D. Tertiary and secondary will be the next. Let's move to the next question. Okay, let's move to the next question. The non-nitrogenous biomolecule among the following are polysaccharides, nucleic acids, protein, and lipid. So the 2, 1, and 4 will be the correct answer. So in polysaccharide or carbohydrate and in lipids, no nitrogen atom present. So that's why the correct answer for this question is option C. Let's move to the next question. A, B, and C and D are given. So you have to choose the. So it is A is amino acid. It is a amino acid, and it is a fatty acid, and it is a triglyceride, and it is a mono. It is a monosaccharide. So you have to choose the correct answer. So A is amino acid and participant in protein formation. D is a fructose and so the correct answer for this question is option C will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. Acidic nature of amino acid depends on amino acid group and carboxyl group, are functional group, and number of hydrogen atoms, and all of these. So the correct answer for this question is option A. In amino acids, the functional group or the R group determine the characteristics of amino acids. So let's move to the helical structure of protein is stabilized by hydrogen bonds, dipeptide bonds, ether bonds, and peptide bonds. So the correct answer for this question is option D, peptide chain, peptide bonds. So oil remains as liquid in winter because they have lower melting points. They may contain unsaturated hydrocarbons. They have single. So the correct answer for this question is B. They have unsaturated carbohydrates. During tissue extraction, tissue can be ground in difluoroacetic acid, tribromoacetic acid, trichloroacetic acid, trifluoro. So the correct answer for this is question option C will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the next question. Again the match and find out the correct combination. So inulin. So inulin match with insulin is matched with a hormone and collagen So collagen 5 and a receptor sensory protein and trypsin bio. So D will be enzyme. So the correct answer is option D. Let's move to the next question. Again matching serine match with, so serine match with serine hydroxyl methyl glycine hydrogen and alanine methyl. So the correct answer A2, B1 and C3. So D will be the correct answer for this question. Let's move to the again matching. So match the columns and find out the correct combinations. Morphine is a drug. Morphine is a alkaloid. So GLUT4 is glucose transporter and curcumin is a drug and racines is a toxin. So A match with 3, B match with 5, C match with 2 and D match with 1. So the correct answer is option D. Let's move to the next question. Again matching percentage. Here in this matching, the match the columns and find out the correct combination. So lipid. So lipid 2 and nucleic acid 3 and protein 5 and iron 1. So the correct answer is option D. Let's again matching. So amino acids 21, nitrogen base 5, purines 2 and pyrimidine 3. So the correct answer for this question C. A4, B2, C5 and D3. Let's move to the next. Okay. Again another question I will solve.